Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and Charlie Kirk absolutely destroys this vile leftist who is out there trying to protest as best he can, but when you come at the king, you better not miss. Let's dive in.
If dealerships or if private property is threatened by a mob, that is the role of the police to protect private property, whether it be a Wendy's being burned by Black Lives Matter or a Tesla dealership being burnt by angry people like you. The police should protect private property from swarms and mobs and hordes of people that would never build something themselves, want to destroy the property of others. The first and final cause of government is to protect private property rights. That is a good role of the United States Police Force or the FBI or the ATF.
Of the police protecting the dealerships before they even, before a mob is even there.
Hold on, preemptive.
Do you think that's a good use of taxpayer dollars?
Hundreds of Tesla
billionaires' property.
Hold on a second. It's not just billionaires' property. He employs well over 100,000 people. Tesla stock is held by teachers across the country,
and it's dropping not because of Americans, but because of Europe.
Do you want it to? Do you want it to drop?
Absolutely.
See that is a sick and twisted worldview.
What you want? You want Target's stock to drop whenever they have an LGBT flag
hold on a
in
second.
their stock?
First of all, Target doesn't really. Let me explain. Target doesn't really make anything. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. So Target does not really make anything in this country. That's a separate issue. Tesla.
You're saying the same thing about the dealerships.
Allow me to.
They don't make anything. They just hold the cars.
Allow me to finish. You understand? All Tesla dealerships are owned by Tesla, and they're manufactured in America and designed by Americans, they're made in America.
They're not designed. They're not all made in America.
Hold on a second. Most Teslas are made in America. So what you are cheering for is the disenfranchisement and unemployment of Americans. And that goes back to my point, is that from you interrupting to coming up to the mic, you are an agitator or a leftist that would never be able to build something yourself.
I work in construction and have since the age of 14.
Well, you're not working today, and it is a weekday.
Actually, I took off work, and it's lunch hour.
But let me further complete my point.
I've already worked 20 hours this week.
Allow me to
this
further.
Isn't a job.
Wow, 20.
You call this
20
a job?
hours. Wow.
Yeah, and it's Tuesday. I started yesterday.
Allow me to further complete my point, which is that it is easy to interrupt and to scold and to insult. You know what's hard? To go actually build a company like Tesla or SpaceX. And how about you say thank you for Elon Musk rescuing those astronauts that were stranded by Joe Biden? Can you say thank you, Elon Musk, for rescuing the astronauts? Can you say that?
I think Elon Musk for taking a chainsaw to the National Park Service, multiple services.
So,
aren't you an Eagle Scout?
What would you have to say?
Did you even graduate college?
No.
In fact,
I didn't go to college. I've been able to be pretty successful without a four-year degree.
College.
Yeah, I did not go to college.
You're going to come to college and act like you know
so
fucking better than everybody.
Are we gonna debate resumes or ideas?
Ideas.
Because if we want,
it's a good idea to just defund every major.
Do you want to
program?
debate resumes or ideas? Because if you want to argue from authority, as if you're somehow smarter than I am because you have a meaningless four-year college degree, or do we want to say who's actually right or wrong? You're engaging in a logical fallacy when you do that.
Do you think it's meaningless to have a degree in construction engineering?
Honestly,
be
most college degrees are largely
country?
Meaningless. Yes, most college degrees are meaningless, and most of you guys are being totally scammed by being here.
He's right. Oh, first off, this is the face of the left, all right? A rich, white liberal with a fake degree. This dude says that, I work in construction. BS. All right? I do not believe you. Look at this dude's hands, okay? They're like mine, all right? I do not work hard labor, okay? I am not built for that. You know what this guy isn't built for? Hard labor. This guy doesn't work in construction. He works in engineering. He works in a high-rise office downtown and wonders why everyone else around him keeps voting Republican, keeps voting for conservatives, and doesn't like him. This dude is terrible for a whole multitude of reasons. This dude's in his late 30s. He has probably never built anything properly. I would have to question whether he has actually built anything at all, because the reality is, it's the actual construction worker that does this. It is the actual middle-class working American. I need to apologize very briefly because I'm getting more worked up on this than I normally should. But the reality is, this is everything that people loathe about rich white liberals. This is not someone who is doing hard labor and is complaining about the price of eggs. This guy is out here trying to talk about Elon Musk and Tesla dealerships and how dare the police have to show up when a multitude of ridiculous white liberals, most of them old and living off Social Security, and most of them not having any real clue why they're there. They just know that protesting was good back in the 60s, therefore it's good today. Let's be honest. This dude hasn't been to an actual protest, and if he did, it would go absolutely horrifically. This is someone who is just a step away from going Luigi Mangione on everyone, because this dude is an absolutely terrible human being with no moral compass, no real values, and the only thing that he knows to do, besides being given a fake degree, is to go out there with a bullhorn, a backpack, and then complain about, oh, I'm actually here during my lunch hour. BS. This is garbage. How can anyone live like this and have a mentality to do so? You would have to be so delusional to think that not only are you of actual importance here, buddy, you aren't. This dude thinks that Charlie Kirk isn't as smart as him because he doesn't have a college degree. I'm going to be completely honest here. I went to college. It was a waste of my time. I met some great people. Congratulations. I paid $120,000, which I, by the way, have actually been able to pay off my loans for the most part, all thanks to the fact that I actually had to go out and get a job. And let's be honest, the job market is awful. This dude has been handed everything on a silver platter, and he's out here with a bullhorn, a backpack, and he's out here trying to shout down Charlie Kirk. This dude is off his rocker. This is insanity. This is insanity manifest, and it's the very face of the left. Out here saying that, oh, my college degree is better than yours. Buddy, again, my college experience was wasted, all right? And I have to own up to that fact because I wasted it. It wasn't a systematic problem, which, by the way, is also a massive lie being heaped on the American people, that we have systemic problems. Let's be honest, the majority of our problems come from the fact that you don't ever own up to your own inequities. This dude is projecting every single problem that he has on people like Elon Musk, who has been able to create PayPal. He has been able to create Tesla. He has been able to create SpaceX. In other words, this dude has a forward-thinking bend, and instead of thinking of this dude as a visionary, this dude thinks that he is terrible at his job. I am also an ex-park ranger, by the way. This got directly brought up in this video. I'm going to be honest. The current National Park Service is insolvent. Okay? It's almost as bad as U.S. Postal Service, okay? It is run poorly. It doesn't have enough abilities. Have you been to Yosemite in the past couple of years? The contracts that they give out are absolutely unviable. These organizations cannot manage themselves. We need someone with some vision, with some capital to come in and actually save our park service, because our federal government can't even run them anymore. There is a phrase, we're loving our parks to death, and again, I am bringing this whole back full circle. This dude does not understand that the federal government cannot continue to operate in its current capacity. We do not have enough money. If we continue to raise taxes, that's going to hurt the American economy. If we continue to be laissez-faire when everyone else is tariffing us to death, this dude does not understand basic logistics. And he says that he has a construction degree in engineering. This is nonsense. This dude is spewing absolute, unfettered nonsense, and he thinks that he is a righteous warrior. This dude is working for lack of a better phrase, Lord Voldemort, and thinking that he's a good guy, all right? This is the face of the left. They want to get violent, they're mentally incapable of understanding problems, and they don't represent any single part of the working class. I have had the unusual privilege of working a whole multitude of jobs. by the time I'm 30, which either says that I've got my own problems or I've had a unique experience. Either way, you're probably right. But the reality is, I've been able to meet working class people, and they loathe people like this. This dude is not helping anybody. This dude has only one moral framework, and it is quite literally given to him by the mainstream media, by our education system, and he's told that he is doing good work. He's not. This is the state of our education system. And it's not just in colleges. We're primed for this nonsense. This dude has been told lie after lie after lie, and he is in a position where he thinks he's doing good stuff. He's not. Charlie Kirk is telling the truth here, and that is that this dude is overeducated and yet underqualified. We have got to start changing the way we do business in America with education. We have got to start dealing with these brain-dead leftists, and we've got to start realizing that unless we're actually working for the working class, then we're not doing anything worth our time at all. This dude does not understand that. Charlie Kirk does. And I hope y'all do too. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on PolitiBrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And I apologize if I got a little histrionic, but y'all have a good one.